We should be live. Yes, we are. All right, that's good. I'm gonna notify. So, hello, we are back in the Supernova 16. As usual, the breaks between matches at this stage in the game, they get longer because matches, it's more relying on the matches that struggle to schedule, and sometimes, that happens. So we are here, however, nothing's gonna stop us from getting this tournament, and we have a match between two very high level players, if I say so myself. We Let's talk to Finnii. Let's say hello to Finnii. Hello, Finnii.
Hello, Eternal. Hello, stream. I hope everyone is doing fine. Also, yeah, I don't know what I was going to say, but hey,
Hello. Yeah, how are you feeling?
I'm feeling quite good actually. Like, I haven't been playing the game much, but I feel completely fine.
All right. Um, of course, this is, you could say, a little bit of a scary matchup. You have the faster PB, however, it was like around a month ago, right, that Karin last played. However, the performances were very good. I'm pretty sure the last few Karin performances were like all 15s. If they weren't, they were really close. So, I guess I'm wondering, how much would you bet on yourself in this match? Would you say you have what it takes?
Honestly, I think like literally everything can happen in this match. I'm honestly kind of scared of this matchup. I don't know. It's just I don't know. I wouldn't bet too much on myself because I know that Karin is actually very consistent, at least in 120 star, and I think that's like no different in 16 star. And I don't know, man. I wouldn't I wouldn't bet on myself. I don't know.
All right. I wonder if Llama will take that advice. Yeah.
Yeah, Lama, don't bet on me. Don't do it. To be
uh,
honest though, I would never say I bet on myself because betting on yourself just seems kind of weird. I don't
yeah.
know.
Match fixing for more channel. Max fixing for more channel points. Real.
Sure. Nah.
And well, you can't really interview Ken. Ken's not properly able to speak. However, um, before we comment, I'll just say, Finnii, there is the 16-second handicap, which is, quite uh a big one considering, Virtual Console 2064. Uh, do you think it's gonna affect the result, this handicap?
I don't know. It might, but honestly, playing this tournament without a handicap at all would just be unfair to the N64 runners. So it's just only fair to have it, obviously.
All right. And with that, since we are, I guess, a little behind schedule, I'll ask if we're ready. So I was putting Karen in chat to say, "Are you ready?" Just to make sure. In the meantime, Finnii, if you're ready.
I need a second to start my vanilla game and to delete my file, I think, and then I think I'm ready.
All right, Karen's
Yeah, I think
ready.
I'm good.
All right, Finney's ready. Okay, I'll do a countdown. I'll also write it in chat just to be safe, but I'll do both. So we will begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Good luck.
Good luck, Karin.
Here we go. Here we go. We are here for a match. Let's get the audio. Let's get, I think, Finnii audio.
Yours truly, Princess Toadstool. Peach.
So, what do I have to say about this matchup? The Finnii audio is pretty quiet. Nah, that's fine. This matchup is, I think, a high-ticket one. This matchup is really, is very tough. It is very, 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 very tough. I think Finnii is always a contender you can't rule out, you know. He can whip out some superbly strong performances. However, Karin has currently been the master of strong performances. It was a while ago, but it's not like Karin stops playing this game. Karin, you know, it's always lurking, doing 120, doing category, doing any of that. And Finnii already starting off here by missing Lakitu skip. It's not the beginning you want. But it's one of those things where, oh, Karin, not quite. The pillar not playing nice. 30 seconds behind, I don't think so. Oh, Finnii struggling, never mind. Might be 30 seconds behind after all. Finnii gives back the Karin time loss by doing the same mistake. Now here. It's one of those things where, like, okay, yeah, sure, Karin in 4 races got 4 15s. That did happen. However, you know, that can't just happen forever. It's one of those things where, like, at some point, it has to run out, right? At some point, your luck is gonna run out, you know? At some point, something's gonna go wrong. However, it's just a classic question. When? Will it be the day? Will it be the day? Will Karin just continue being good? Who knows? It is the best of 5. Starting on from this round. You will need the classic controller. Karin, the only Japanese runner currently, just in general in the competition, currently performing well for the Asian nation. I'm pretty sure the only runner providing from an Asian nation. There are technically a few others, if you want to consider it, depending on what sport you're playing. Australia is in Asia. Depending on what sport you're playing, Israel's in Asia. So there might have been another player. However, in the meantime, there is a little bit of a Karin lead to begin things. Although Finnii's not behind at all. Or the handicap is a massive one. 16 seconds is a lot. It's honestly harsh. Maybe it's too harsh, who knows? There's always something to factor in. Karin trying to set up this texture. Not quite setting it up. Got a little confused. Grabbing unexpectedly. Tried to reset it up anyways. Didn't quite work. Finnii also going to be going for texture setup. Using the Mario cam. Getting it. And that is really good news for Finnii, as Karin has not started off today in the best way. You have to think about the fact that it is like 4 in the morning. I think it is not a very normal time in Japan. Karin not able to get it again. No more backups. Let's figure out something. Are we going full setup? Yeah, we're going full on. I think it's soft full is how the technical name is. Will it work? Yes. Okay. Not too bad. Not too bad. Finnii cannot quite boast a 16-second lead just yet. However, Karin's got to step the game up. because this has been a rusty beginning for sure. It feels like Karin has a little bit of rust that needs to be sweated off before the true gaming can begin. However, this is what has to happen. Let's see. Shifting Sandland is always a dangerous stage no matter who you are, because if it goes wrong, it's dying. This Pitiless is looking pretty damn good from Finnii for at the moment though. Oh, nope, not quite. Didn't quite get the timing right on that one. However, gonna be getting it. Karin's turn on the Pitiless Roulette. The greatest gambling game you can play today. And not even turning the camera. Wow. What's a Pitiless? That is gonna be getting some significant time back for Karin over Finnii, which just in general did it slower. That's some strats paying off. 3 seconds, apparently. It's probably like a round, because you have to remember the timers aren't 100% accurate. They're a little bit ahead or behind because they are different browsers, so they're technically not 100% to be trusted. Jesus, Karin risking it there. Not quite successfully landing on the sloop in immediacy. However, pretty interesting beginning. You can still bet, by the way. I'm thinking, yeah. one channel point to 350. Not too bad. If you want free channel point, just follow, you know. Finnii is going to be going for Lava Boost. I struggled with this in one of the previous races. I believe the first one against Rinnu was, I think, a Lava Boost problem. It might have been the Alpha. I actually don't remember which one it was. However, one of the 2 races, Finnii had a death in the start. So it is an important moment. However, Finnii does get it, which is always the good news. Finnii has so far managed to catch Karin on not one of the best runs in the world, which is exactly what has to happen. Finnii has to play really well and Karin has to play not so well if you want 16 seconds to catch. So far, it's not going too bad at all. Like 3 times against Rinnu. Alright, it was against Rinnu. It's like been a month since those matches happened, you know? Sometimes you forget it. Karin gonna go for side hop as well. Gonna be getting it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Trying to... Best viewers. Oh my god. No. Don't. I don't want viewers. I already have 26 of them, according to Twitch. Don't need any more. Thanks to everyone who watched it, by the way, you know? Pretty cool. Oh, wait, Karin! What is that? Oh my god, legendary backup. Can't get burnt now, though. Karin was at risk of doing a big mistake. It still lost significant time, however, it's not as much. Had a massive risk of dying, somehow just felt where the elevator was. That is a potential race-saving maneuver here. Karin to stay competitive in the race. And now, however, now I think Finnii's in the lead properly. I think Finnii has garnered enough. Something has to happen, however, here's the deal. This is why I'm saying this is a super high level matchup. You can't expect it. You really, really can't. Or you can, with most runners, you'll expect a mistake or two, you know? With Karin and with Finnii, it's super rare to see these mistakes happening. Oh wow, what a sick, wow. I just realized how sick that was. That looks beautiful. Yeah, Finnii's ahead. You can tell. ETM slide for Karin. You can tell how it saves time. Finnii getting bouldered. But that Karin picks up a very slight amount of time. Finnii exited on 10:39. It's a very, very acceptable run, especially if you consider some mistakes like the OBJ. Karin definitely not going to be on 15 pace after this one. Good punch grab. Karin could 15 this, it's just it requires really good. Finnii going for MIPS. This is honestly a very nice MIPS clip right now. Got the punch grab. Got everything. Yeah, that's a pretty damn good MIPS. Karin not risking anything. Needs to crawl back to time somehow, or else Karin will lose the first ever point. You know, that's also something Finnii hasn't done. Finnii hasn't lost a point. Whoever loses here will lose their first point of the tournament. Because Finnii 2020, Karin 2020. Finnii swept both Rinu and Aleph. Karin swept both Bizarrescape and Bonova. Chip clip going to be attempted by Karin. Going to be getting it. Finnii struggling a little bit on the front sub. Needs to get it this time. There is no lag, however. There is still the chance to slip and slide. There you go, Finnii. Manages to get there this time, however. It is a potential little bit of time loss that Karin can maybe take advantage of. Although, of course, we will be lagging. Let's see. That is a very nice front sub. Wow, almost no lag to be found. Very good job there for Karin. Going to be picking out some important time. I'm not sure if Finnii keeps the lead after that. To be honest, if you consider the chip clip plus front sub combo, that was a really good Dardox. Karin does not do pole glitch. Goes for 0. Needs to actually get 0. That ledge grab makes things a hell of a lot more complicated, if not impossible. Oh my. This doesn't look like it. Maybe? With enough luck. There might be a chance to ledge grab here. Manages to ledge grab. That's very well done. But he's going to lose some time on Finnii. The virtual console world record holder. You ain't messing with anyone here. Virtual console might be a little bit of a meme, but just because it's a meme doesn't mean that people put the heart into getting the best time on the meme. 14 is still 14. You don't see a 14 written down there too often. I'm not sure what the gap is. It's tough to say. Finnii's obviously in the lead. I believe, however, with the 0 cycle going so scuffed, should be Finnii in a good position. However, BOJ's parade moment. These two runners are usually quite good at them. However, will they be able to perform this on the big stage? Finnii doesn't catch, he just doesn't do it. It starts immediately, however, it stops and doesn't pick itself back up. There we go. Second time is the one where Finnii gets up without too many issues. Oh no. Karin struggling to even set up the backwards launch up, and in fact won't be getting it. Finnii will be probably getting it after waiting a little bit. Yeah, there we go. Actually, no. What? Thank God Karin cannot get this backwards long jump. Oh my. The 50 star, it's not catching at all. Oh my god. There we go. Finnii dies, by the way, however, trying that speed kick, it's not a problem though. This is not really a problem, because Karin just took so long to get into the rhythm. Here it is, we're both in the stage. What, Finnii falling again? Why are you doing this? No, you don't have another chance. Yeah, but you can fuck up once, twice is too much. Oh my god. That might be the most legendary throw in gaming history. Third time's the charm, I guess. Karin gonna be going for a moving right side. There we go. Not bad at all. Finnii also gonna be going for moving right. It's all in Karin's hand now. Karin needs to miss many throws, considering Karin needs to not only lose by 16 seconds. This is no 15 to be had here. This race over Karin missing a throw. Hold on. Hold the phone. Hold the phone. Finnii screwed up and reset. What are you doing? Rage pausing, resetting the timer. This is just a surrounded disaster. What is happening? Does Karin even hit that? That lands? Okay. There we go. Finnii gonna be ending a few seconds behind Karin even without handicap. Doesn't even let the run finish. You can tell he's not the most content with life. Karin 1644. Somehow, through the thick and thin of it, Karin 1-0. Hello, runners.
Hi.
Yeah. Karin got the first point with that 1644. Yeah, technically Karin won by an infinite amount of time. Because that's a run. That is technically correct. But yeah, either way, I guess just very quickly, Finnii, not a bad run in general. That was quite solid. For most of it, if you consider like it was still pretty safe 15 without an LBOJ, with with an LBOJ miss, with a BOJ taking 2 tries, like it was not bad. And then Sky happened, but oh well. I guess I'll just let you comment on anything you want with that run.
Dude, I don't think I've ever thrown so hard in my life. Like, come on. It's like, at this point, it isn't even funny anymore. Like, how many times have I thrown in, like, how many times have I died in Sky just in, like, Supernova tournaments? It's actually just ridiculous, and dude, I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just so mad at myself right now. That's just...
I'm not gonna lie, that triple jump is not it. Because like 99% of your sky deaths in Supernova are just that. It's just that jump.
I don't know why, though. Like, I literally spent 30 minutes practicing that bullshit. And I, like, died there, like, I don't know, 2 times.
Yep.
It's
Devo.
just, sorry.
Yeah. Now you can finish.
No, I don't know. There's nothing to say about that.
But yeah, the road is still long because quarterfinal, best of 5 and all that. So I think we should just get to the gaming. If we're ready to go for race 2, we can go for it.
Yeah, I need a second to delete my file again, I think.
It's me, Mario.
Okay. File is in fact already deleted. Or erased, I don't know.
Alright, Karen's ready. Wait, Finnii, are you ready? I didn't hear it.
I'm ready.
Alright, okay, then I'll do countdown. So, we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. I was waiting for this to send the message. Good luck.
It's me, Mario.
So, what is there to say right now?
Dear
That
Mario,
first match was
I have baked a cake for you.
it was interesting for sure.
Princess Toadstool. Peach.
Finnii not quite able to get the point, which, you know, there was an opportunity there. There was definitely an opportunity to get the point there. However, it will be interesting to see what happens, because Karin is clearly not in the best shape right now. Like, that run was acceptable for a race for most people. However, there were mistakes. Like, you can't say they were there. And every few minutes, there was a mistake. It really was. It was happening. Which means that, I don't know, maybe there's going to be another opportunity. The real question is, did Karin just need to warm up? Because if you think about it, I don't think Karin was playing Mario earlier. I don't think there was too much preparation. Oh no, Finnii needs to set this up. This has like never worked for anyone who's tried it. Oh my god, Finnii did it. The madman. Nobody I've ever seen try that in a Supernova tournament has actually got it. That's very necessary. That would have been such a gigantic waste of time. But that Karin is now in a lead. But either way, what was I saying? Yeah, Karin has made tons of mistakes, so it's just a question. Is it warm up? Will it need warm up? Was that what the first race was? Or is this just general Karin gameplay? Is this the gameplay that Karin's going to be giving today? Karin going to be giving good but not perfect. In which case, there will be opportunities, because the times will be beatable. But if Karin manages to smooth out the gameplay, then that's gonna be tough. That's gonna be really, really tough to do. Like, dealing with that grade A problem. Finnii, however, in general, honestly, might still be a little shook from that last run, because the beginning here was not the best, you know, if you consider that LBOJ, especially some like random tiny things you can notice, like for example the Storo going almost missing, not quite but almost. You can tell it might be a little complicated. I also gotta wonder what Karen's thinking. But I'm so curious. Like, what does Karen think when I'm out here interviewing Finnii? What's Karen got on? I don't know. I'm very curious. Karen don't know what I'm saying. Karin, wow, that is a really good texture. Oh my god, that was unbelievably fast. Finnii, of course, not gonna quite match that speed, but at least gonna be getting it, which is really nice. Very important thing to do. There we go. Alright, Finnii has made it to the Owlus after a quick little miss. Finnii, I'm about to break my control clear. Which means Finnii is not very happy, if to translate that. Um, yeah, this is... The times are tough. I feel like you can't, if... There's a little bit of, like, rage, which you have to sort of contain, you know? Like, at the end of the day, it's the beginning of the road, right? Like, of course, this race is important. Going 2-0 down is a very complicated situation. However, it's not the end. You know, this isn't the best of 3. There's some gaming going on. So, like, this is like a V racer. You kind of need to try to cheer yourself out. Try to just get the point. Oh, Karin exploding. The bomb explodes on Mario's face. It's the one where, like, you have to cheer yourself out because, yeah, you screwed up, but there are at least 2 more chances. Oh, Finnii. Same mistake as Karin, like on the dot, the same mistake. Just going for pyramid start could be potentially a decent idea. I think the bird one's slightly better, but I'm not sure what backup is like technically better. Oh, Karin, gonna just throw away the bomb again. Turning around before jumping. Finnii, meanwhile, does get pillarless, however, some time back being gained. As Karin is suffering a little bit from the fate of the pillarless, has to get it now. No more backups left on the chopping block. It's gotta be. Let's see how Karin handles it. This one's looking really nice. There we go. Good job. Alright. That situation could have gotten very bleak very quickly. However, the Japanese runner, former 120-star world record holder. That's right, we have got multiple, both of these two have had their share of experiences with world records. Finnii will certainly be trying to win, I presume, but who knows? Have a boost for Finnii. That is a success. Now here we go. Karin still. The gameplay's been in this run. It's definitely been cleaned up. There have been some special moments, like that texture setup for Cannonless earlier, which was really good. However, there have been what's broke. Thanks for the bit. For the cheer. But especially with the pillarless, Karin does still seem to have a little bit of maybe grogginess, I'd guess is what I'd say. 250 points and no one cheered it. Alright. Let's go, Karin. Ooh, Japanese name in the chat. Let's go. The cool thing about Japanese names is they have a little Twitch thing later, which kind of, in parentheses, puts what it means. Which is interesting. Making the leaderboards infinite? Can I? I don't know how to do that. I'm gonna be straight up. I don't know if I can do that. I can check. Later, though, I can inform. However, currently I'm busy looking at Mario. The problem is I know literally no Japanese words to say anything. Like, I can't even fake talking to Karin because like I have no idea, dude. I don't know how you say anything in Japanese. The runs have been pretty clean for the past minute. For sure. Finnii is trailing mainly from the start of the run. That's still the moment that is leading. Oh, great. Karin screwed up GTM slide. Thankfully managed to slide in the correct angle. Honestly, a little, got blessed a little bit there. Able to save it. That could have been a very important moment, but instead it wasn't. Finnii will look ahead for a moment, but they have the longer starter grab. So Karin will be able to take it back. It was just an illusion. See you, Llama. And here we go. 10:36, 10:39. Those are the somewhat exits out of Hazy Maze Cave. Finnii keeping it at honestly a kind of similar level to last time. Not quite exactly the same, however, I think a little slower, but in general not too bad, for sure. And Karin improving massively from the previous run. That is a very nice map clip. Very interesting thing, Karin might have rerouted a little bit. There might have been a little bit of a technical decision between the last race and now, because last time Karin did a sort of jump dive thing into MIPS, which, as you can tell here from both of the previous two races, is not a thing that has happened. Oh, Karin getting chip clip, saving just a little bit of extra time on Finnii. Trails behind, seemingly by a lesser and lesser margin every time. Seems like he's slowly trying to make time do, especially if you consider the second half of the run has been, like, Finnii has had quite a clean run ever since Owlus. Not much has been really a problem. Like, exploded once. Then Pivotal was better than that, that was perfectly fine. However, time will not be gained in Dire Dire Docks, the stage infamous for lag, because Karin just dodges the lag. It's not that... Oh man, look at them, they are close. Zero Cycle was a little dodgy for Karin last time. It could be a potential moment for Finnii to catch up. No light grab this time, however, which means Karin might be able to do it with a little bit more certainty. Oh, Finnii stood me down! No way. Oh, that is monstrous. Karin falling down, that is super monstrous. Somehow, what does Karin do in this situation? Where even are you? What is happening? Double fail. That is unbelievable. Finnii gets away with missing a cycle with a successful pole glitch because Karin tries to go on the side and falls. I mean, you know, that has to happen at some point, but like, you always don't expect it. And Finnii dying? What? No. How did you do that? Bowser hit him. This cannot be real. This is one throw after the next. How did that happen? Karin just gets hit on purpose, because that's a setup you can do when you have full health. Finnii getting hit again. And somehow, Finnii missed the cycle, Karin fell off the stage, and Finnii died. But somehow, through all of that, the lead is actually the same. The situation has not changed since we entered Fire Scene, this being the gap, and the gap hasn't changed. It's still the same shit. That is genuinely one of the most unbelievable set of Fire Scenes I think I've ever seen be performed by high-level runners. I'm not gonna lie. Here it is, the backwards long jump. Finnii struggled with it a little bit, Karin struggled with it a lot more than a little bit. Let's see if we'll change. Karin gets it instantly. And Finnii won't. Finnii won't. Finnii won't do it instantly. had an early catch. There we go. Catch is there. Where even? See, what the hell? Guess the sea beneath the walls. Karin clips up after a little bit of skedaddling. And Finnii will also be doing that. Karin does struggle in the triple jump. Here's Finnii entering his arch nemesis, also known as this goddamn speed kick triple. Up. You know, I guess you could always dive instead of kick. Yep, that's true. Doesn't even move. Does not even move. Does not even move. This is... It's really interesting. No. No, dude. Oh, dying intentionally. Karin's about to try to close out this run. While it is, of course, Finnii did, of course, sort of do some very interesting maneuvers of his own. Karin closing this out with a 16-10. It's still very impressive if you consider what a complicated situation that they were in the fire seat. And it's 2-0. Triple match point for Karin. Let's hit these runners up. Wait, what? Discord is not letting me indefinite them. What the hell? Hold on. Let me. What? What the hell? My Discord just died completely. I am. Hold on, I'll deafen y'all in a sec. My Discord ain't doing nothing. What the hell? Okay, hello runners.
Hi.
Hello. Sorry, my Discord was completely dying. It wasn't letting me undeafen. So yeah, Karin has taken that with that 16-11. And yeah, Finnii, that was a very well, of course we'll get to this again in a second. That fire sea was especially the moment where I think things went very interesting for both players. Actually, that was a wild fire sea on all sides.
Yeah, believe it or not, I literally lost 12 seconds just in that, like, to that, like, yellow elevator there things, like those ramps.
Yeah.
Because I missed the cycle and I was on ultimate pace before that.
Yeah. It looked bleak. Then Karin wasn't able to stick to that side railing. Fell down to the second floor again. You know, miss even more. And then it was looking good. And then look over. Finnii's dead. I don't. Bowser just hate you, I guess. Right? I presume. Because to be honest, I wasn't looking. When I checked, you were just dead.
Yeah, I lava boosted and then, like, I damage boosted into the Bowser pipe.
Yeah.
And then I tried to do the, like, you know, the glitchy grab, the side flip grab. And I just ran into Bowser for, like, no reason. Like, there's no good reason to do that.
Yeah. And finally, the question is, look, this triple jump ain't working out. I'm gonna be sure. You know, is it? Should it be dropping it time? Should we be dropping
can't.
this?
I can't.
I don't know. Cause like this is a. consistent
Honestly,
issues.
if I keep playing like this, it doesn't literally doesn't matter if I drop it or not. It just doesn't matter.
Fair enough. So with that, Karin is now on a triple match point. So let's head into the third race, because there technically is the possibility of a lot more Mario. You never know when legendary things may happen. So, well, I can't. If Finnii, if you're ready, by the way, I don't know if you're.
Yeah, I need to delete my file. Give me a second to jump into that pipe, and then I'll reset my Wii and delete my file, and then we can go.
All right.
It's me, Mario. Hello.
Give me a second to drink something.
Sure. Interesting save file.
Wait, there's a stage with 99 coins and 100 coins still obtained in Karen's file. That doesn't make
What?
sense.
There's one with 30 coins.
One with 30 coins. Let's
Wait,
go.
what stage 10? I don't even know. That's
Wait,
like,
stage 10 is,
like
I think,
shifting
Snowman's
sand.
Head, Snowman's Land.
Yeah, that's like, yeah.
And stage 12 is either Red Dry World or TTM.
Hacking!
Isn't it TH? I don't know, whatever.
Hacker! Alright. Okay.
Okay, I'm ready.
Alright, we'll begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Good luck. Here they go. One more time. A best of 5 is where we're at. 2 races have occurred. They've both gone to Karen's side. And Karen needs one more to be officially reach the semi-final against, unless sudden developments happen, I will reveal this. It should be against O-Slice because of a trump card forfeit. Does not quite technically has time to change his mind. However, for the time being, as soon as this race ends, I will confirm that that's what happened. So that will be most likely the result. So very interesting. Either way, interesting performances for sure. Karin has not quite gone in 15s today. Of course, got a 15 in all of the races. So over here, the pressure's on. This is also, I think, by quite a bit the weirdest time Karen's played, and so I think it's very understandable that you're not playing at 100% capacity. Karin definitely, however, improved quite a bit on the last runs. And even though, yet again, there was definitely life given. There was, like, Finnii isn't just getting blown away by a 1530, which you can't do anything about unless you get a 1512, right? No, Karen's leaving opportunities. You see, even just now, Karen's just losing quite a, like hella cycles to Finnii. So, this is probably why it's a little bit more frustrating, because, like, if you think about it, like, there would be days and times where, like, if Finnii couldn't do anything about it, right, and it would need to get, like, a 15-10 to be able to win with the handicap, and then there's nothing about it. However, this isn't one of those days. There's been opportunities. Karin has had big time losses with LBOJs, with just fire seeds, with many moments. Karin has given out these times with Catalyst. It's like they've happened in these two races, which is probably why it feels just even more especially frustrating, because like Karin has made those mistakes, and when there aren't that many mistakes. You know, you really have to take advantage of when they do happen. And Finnii hasn't. Just quite hasn't. Has had the opportunity, especially in race 1. Race 2 was like always a chasing game. Like, to be fair, even if Finnii didn't quite die, like, it would have still been like a pretty surprising point, you know? Even if Finnii had managed it. The first one was the one which truly hurt, I'd say. Because that one was a full opportunity. It was in his hand and he dives off. Okay, time to back up. Karin, what the fuck? Dude, some of the texture setups Karin do are unbelievable. I think Mario just like self-adjusted in the air. Like, what the hell? Genuinely unbelievable. Either way, Finnii on the Owlus once more and failing it once more. Oh no. There was signs of this being a problem back in the last race, however, they have truly perpetuated right here, right now. The no more backers for Canalus now. Because of the wild blue being grabbed earlier, which make it a lot more problematic right now if you were to miss it. Karin does pick up the lead again after this Wom's Fortress. There we go. Karin looking for yet another sweep. At this point, it's starting to become one of those things. It's really weird. Finnii is still definitely, I'd say, putting up the biggest hurdle. Karin not playing, not having the absolute best of days. Finnii always sticking behind, which I'd say is not quite something Bizarre or Supernova were quite able to do. They always slowly but surely lost more and more time. Really nice pedalist from both players, by the way. Absolutely stellar. That is one of the things that truly say that you have unbelievable players here playing. Really. Like, at the end of the day, while the players maybe not happy, maybe slightly upset because of their performance against each other, you do need to remember that both of these two players aren't just good players, they are world-class players. You have to remember it, and you have to remember to support them. Friendly rivalry, but no true rivalry. We are all here for one goal at the end of the day, and the one goal is very simple. Play Super Mario 64. Play the game with the Mario in it. And also, of course, whichever happened is not the end of the road for either runner. The loser of this match, of course, has some OTA shenanigans to do. The loser of this LTA, by the way, no, the loser of this enters into quite a hellish LTA, if you really think about it, because just by complete accident, the LTA that the loser of this match drops into ends up being the one with Raisin, which of course is Raisin, you know, 1504 emulator would record. Zumi, which has like a 1525, I'm pretty sure, in EVB on emulator, however, just has some crazy paces. In the last LTA, Zumi was able to get like 1459 pace into DDD, which is unbelievable. I know Wick was always, you know, really good, so that LTA is honestly not really where you want to be. Either way, both runners have continued their show of excellence. Karin not really making mistakes. However, Finnii just about 5 seconds behind to make sure that Karin doesn't make any mistakes. This is Finnii's currently acting like the snake, ready, sneaking up behind the prey, and at any moment that the prey is doing a mistake, ready to pounce and make it count. Make it count, reach the big leagues. And you see, Finnii is in the lead momentarily. If you don't consider handicaps, about 1 second, Finnii has successfully caught up from what he gave away during Aulus. Finnii has, this has been a semi-common theme. Finnii, especially if you consider the handicap, has to play chase for pretty much most of the race. Now, Finnii about to get a toad. However, Karin forgetting toad? Wait, no. Oh, it got toad earlier. Okay, I was looking at the bracket. Did not forget toad. Let's see what the exact times are going to be. Both of these runs, by the way, are excellently fast. 10:26 and 10:28. These two runners are truly peaking, delivering top tier Mario at top tier moments. Karin is on a really good run. However, Finnii needs to somehow do better to be able to stay alive. Has given up 2 points in beatable races, winnable races. Now, doesn't matter if the race is winnable or not, because you must win it. Oh, Finnii not quite able to get through the door instantaneously. Gonna take a little bit longer. Oh, Karin also struggling. This is huge. 11:10. And Karin gonna be entering, I think, still around 11. It's 2 seconds. It really is. It's around 2 seconds. Finnii needs to somehow figure out a way to gain time here. Chip Clip is gonna just give Karin time. Finnii needs to figure out a way to gain more seconds on the opponent. Piracy is, of course, a good way to do it. With a nice pole glitch, potential ultimate would save quite a bit of time on Karin's zero cycle. Karin did not miss front sub yet. Beautiful front subs all around from Karin, from the Japanese runner. I think Japan and Japanese is like Nippon or something. Oh no, Finnii doesn't get the pole glitch for some reason. Nobody knows the reason. That backup was quite quick. There is the potential to still clutch up a cycle, maybe? No, I think there was. I think it was possible. Either way, Karin gonna be taking this opportunity to pick up valuable time. This was the moment where Karin fell down to the lower floor. However, that's not a mistake that's gonna happen twice. It's a bit too random. Now, they're both in the Bowser fight at a pretty close range. However, Karin's ahead, which is bad news because Finnii requires Not only a win getting hit by Bowser. You will need the classic controller. Rage. The rage stop. The rage quit. Finnii doesn't see any hope in Karin making a mistake later on. And with that, Karin gets a sweep. The real question is, how do I tell Karin? uh, hello.
I, I don't know if I'm willing to talk about this run.
Sure.
I don't know, man.
Karin might be finishing up the run anyways. But yeah, Karin officially managed the sweep, yet to lose a race. Indeed. Truly skilled performances all around. Okay, missed right side. Now you're gonna be saying skill right and then you follow the skill performance and then follow the stage. Either way. In the meantime, while Karen's finishing up the run, um, I don't really know what I could ask you, Finnii. You know, it was kind of there. There are moments there were that hurt in a competitive race like this. There's not too much room for error. However, I guess you'll be heading into the losers bracket. Those LTAs. LTAs do leave more room for said error. Because do a mistake reset run, right? So I guess I wonder. Do you think you'll be able to do good in those LTAs? You'll be able to. Do you think you got what it takes to do stuff in the losers bracket?
I got no idea. Like I don't have any time to play the game, like to practice a lot, and I don't know, man. It's hard for me to find words right now.
Yeah.
I just don't know what
Y-
what I'm supposed to expect from this. It's just so weird, so hard.
I'm not gonna lie. The Ken's still not done with this one. Come on, you can do it. Okay, there we go.
Like today was like I think by far Karen's worst performance at this tournament. And I could have
Yeah.
on a good day I should have won 2 out of those 3 races, and I'm just throwing so hard. I'm not saying Karen's playing bad or anything. Like on a
Yeah,
normal day, on a normal day
yeah,
we're both supposed to play a lot better, like 40 seconds, 50 seconds
yeah,
better than what we're doing today, and it's
yeah,
just this is no fun. This is just no fun at all.
yeah. It's kind of weird saying that, yeah, at the end of the day, this is like below expectations, but it's still like 16-10, which is not bad at all. That was like Ken's best times today, which it's still not too bad. Um, but yeah, Karen yeah, I guess Karen didn't really have the best day. I don't know. I'd probably argue it's a little bit because of the time. I think the time over there is really is very weird right now. However, um, either way, GG's with that. Karin will be moving on to face Oat Slice in the semi-final of the main bracket because while this has not been shown, I've not updated this in the bracket just yet. Tom Carr decided to bail. They didn't just not playing Mario. Doesn't want to play Mario. Fair enough. It happens, you know. This is a month-long tournament where people lose motivation, gain motivation, all of that stuff. So that will be what's happening next. And in the meantime, Finnii will be heading into losers bracket match J in the third round of losers bracket. It is quite an interesting LTA. It's got Wicco, it's got Zumi, it's got Raisin. Shit gets tough around those parts. I will be very curious to see how that goes. So I guess in the meantime, Finnii, is there any message you'd like to give out?
First of all, obviously GG's to Karin. I think considering both of our performances today, he's definitely the deserved winner. Like no doubt, he played a lot better than I did. It's gonna be like on a good day, it's very tough to beat Karin. That's obviously like today
Yeah.
was the day where I really had a chance. And I feel like I should have like took that chance, and I just wasn't able to like even come close to that. So GG's to you.
Yeah. I'd say you
Um,
came pretty close. You were like in
no,
sky in
like
the lead.
no, like come on, like this is
You were
I don't
in
know,
the
man.
you were in the lead into the sky.
It's just it just doesn't like feel like I was like close at all. But whatever. Uh, I don't know. I'm kind of I'm curious to like to see what's okay. I'm lacking words right now. I was about to say I'm kind of excited to see what's ahead of me in this tournament
Yeah.
because I don't think I've actually done a 16 LTA ever, like a normal 16 LTA,
Yeah.
or have I? I don't know. But thanks for having me here.
All right. Yeah.
I'll see you in the
Yeah.
losers bracket, and good luck to Karin in the third progress of the tournament.
All right.
I think that's all I can really say about this.
Yeah. GG to everyone. We will be, of course, seeing both of you again in the tournament, Karin because of the 1 and Finnii in the losers bracket, which we'll probably start scheduling. I'll probably set that up like either tonight or tomorrow morning. Either way, you know what? I think I'm gonna raid Zumi. I've done that once before, but you know, Zumi's part of that one LTA that's gonna happen and all that, so I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna raid Zumi. Thanks to everyone for tuning in to this match. Karin continues the perfect performance into the semifinals, and Finnii will be looking for redemption in the loser bracket at a later date. In the meantime, good job. GG. I'd say overall, still on average, played pretty good. And of course, you know, thanks for playing. Can't have tournament without players playing in it. And we will see you whenever the next Supernova match is. Goodbye.
Goodbye.